Hello to StarFinder. That's right, hello to StarFinder. And welcome,
Yay!
everybody, to the Fragments of Eternity. I am Ryan, the GM. It's the 26th of November. It is 2018 still, I'm sure. Here are the players.
Olka, I play the Lashunta pilot, named Emmelyn.
I'm Nico. I play the Vesk captain called Zora.
I mean, I feel like you skipped Calum because he changed his name.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. No, I'll just keep going last. It's fine. It saves continuity.
No, because the order is important. How dare you mess up everything, Calum.
Honestly.
Hashtag
Right, well,
Calum
it's
was
your-
precious.
Callum was precious.
It's your fault for
Until he
not
skipped
allowing
me
me
in the
to have nicknames on your server. That's
No, you changed. You changed your name.
pesky weapon. I guess it's a pesky rat.
You
in
were
this case.
Zigg and you changed back to Calum.
Hold on, what's my password? Pants. Hold on, we're starting this now.
I didn't even know you could change your names on Discord.
Hi, I'm Alex. X5.
I
The
don't-
Android mechanic.
That's good.
So this is going well.
It's going about as well as every other session, isn't it? So
Hi there, I'm Calum and I am sick.
You're sick.
I'm very sick. I'm not very sick. I'm not as sick as Ryan, but I'm a little bit sick. I'm a sick little bunny. And I'll be playing Zigg as well, also.
Sick Zig.
Sick Zigg.
good. Yeah, welcome everybody
Okay,
to.
I
Hey,
appreciate
don't
that,
talk
that's
over me.
fine.
Welcome everyone. Yeah, apologies to anyone listening, mostly Nick, because I'm so stuffed up, and you know what I'm like. You saw me at work today.
Hi, Nick.
I
Hi,
know.
Nick.
And welcome to the first ever pre-game chat.
Yay!
Yay.
Let the chaos commence.
Oh yeah. Well, this is this kind of maybe explains the why we sometimes start the recordings mid-laugh. So,
Yes.
right. How is everyone? And does anyone have anything to report about their week since last we all spoke? I'm ill and will try my best not to
Don't
talk too much.
Yes. I will not try my best to not talk too much.
Good, because you're a player and I need you guys to talk so that I don't look like I'm an absent-minded GM.
I will
What
talk
if I don't
sometimes.
want to talk?
Well, I mean, we're in the wrong hobby, I guess, aren't we? Oh, amazing. So nobody has it. Somebody must have done something during your week.
I
I
play
did
video
something.
games.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, everything at once. What did you do?
Slept and played a lot of Elite. That's what I did.
I tweeted this.
About 25 minutes ago, I was making food, only to realise that the oven was only half on and
Oh my God.
wasn't heating up. So I'm still waiting now for food that's going to take fucking forever. So I'm really upset.
I was so excited to hear your oven story because you like teased it
You did.
a wee bit.
Was it worth the build up?
It wasn't at all.
No.
Sorry.
I am. It's my pleasure to be disappointed.
Zig
with
the
my oven
anticlimax. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he came back to chat probably means it wasn't that exciting.
I suppose. I suppose.
beef. This is true.
This is how you
What are you
respond
talking
to
about? This
fire.
story will go down in history. It's the greatest oven story told by mankind.
Preheated to perfection. It was a proper hot topic. Yeah. I ran a RP for a group of people from work on Saturday. It went quite well, I think. They all seemed to have fun. We used Dungeon World, not to cross-promote rival systems, but I'm very pro Dungeon World.
If we promote every system, it cancels out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, other systems are available, but probably not as good, quite frankly. Probably not. Like I'm a really big fan of Dungeon World, just because of how simple it is. But yeah, like it ended with them all being like, "So when's session 2?" And I was like, "Oh, guys."
This is how you get trapped.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
slippery slope.
Really. So I guess hello all of you guys if you ever decide to listen to this madness. There is your shout out, personalised in the vaguest way possible.
This is what your future will look like.
Yes.
You've been warned.
Welcome to the House of Fun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Anything else been happening for folks? I mean, Olka, what have you done with your week besides work?
Besides work, oh god.
How's the
I
flat?
slept for some of it. Oh yeah, I moved the flat.
It's lovely.
It's really nice. It's very
Alex,
small,
wait
but
your
it's
turn,
nice. But I did spend the weekend in Edinburgh, away from my flat, playing Crusader Kings 2.
I see.
You're welcome.
How did you enjoy all the was it the crossbreeding, I guess, in that game? With all your nobles.
Yeah, it's a good game, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's quite complex though, right? If I remember it rightly. It's quite layered, because it's is it Paradox? Is that who make
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Other developers exist, but also probably not as good actually as Paradox, because they're pretty good. Big fan of Stellaris.
The tutorial confused me more than I've never been stuck on a tutorial before.
Yeah, Paradox tutorials just don't exist, basically.
No,
They
it's-
kind of throw you in the
it's
game
the
and go,
first
"Here's the
30
minutes."
hours of the gameplay is the tutorial, really, isn't it? Like it's like,
So
what
I've
am
got
I
something like
doing?
300 hours in CK2,
Mhm.
and today I discovered a new feature in it.
Yep, that
So-
sounds right for those
Yep.
those guys. To be
So I've
honest.
got a whole new level of tactical decisions to make. Yeah.
Nice.
A whole
Fucking
new
Paradox.
level.
What about you,
It
Nico?
immediately made the game easier.
What else? So besides your wonderful trading in Elite, which I've been part of,
Well, I guess I started the job within a week. That's something, I guess.
are you allowed to talk about that though?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, guess.
Sure.
What is it?
Sprung in Cinnaboard. Cinnaboard.
He's a working man now.
I
Long up and broke.
Mm.
Be nice.
I know that feeling. I'll start a new job next Monday.
Do you actually have a start date?
Sweet.
I do, yes.
Look
I'm
at
in
you
next
segueing us out of Nico's time
Sorry.
into your time.
It's all good. Nothing much else to be honest with you. Other than that, I've literally just played Elite, and yeah, it really is.
I mean, given that we spoke last night, yeah. I mean, I know everything you've done, and I was there for most of that Elite, so yeah. Yeah. Alex, how are you?
Oh,
You've
I'm
been
great,
quiet.
thanks. No. It's just, got to make a
You've been
difference from
buzzing
character
for this pregame.
voice. I have. I'm all about the pre-game. That's why I come here.
Ah,
I think we've basically covered my week.
okay.
It's been CK2 and looking forward to a new job.
Nice. No, it's been a long time coming, though, hasn't it, that placement?
I mean, yeah, that's been 2 months off now.
He's had a longer holiday than I get. That's not okay for anybody.
Wait, that's not fair.
You say holiday. The not getting paid is.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
That'd be
you're
a
the
nice
one.
change.
You're the one that quit your job. So
I kind of had to though.
wow, the pregame's
Ish.
getting real.
Yeah, I got bored.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
They're good. No,
Mm.
definitely keep me informed on that. Probably, I mean, let's face it, it's going to be in the next pregame, right? So,
Oh yes. Hopefully it means I won't be. Hopefully I won't be late for that one.
I mean, we'll find out. We'll just bitch about you until you're on, really, in the pregame.
Yep.
In fact, you might even miss the pregame. That'd be something.
I couldn't possibly.
I mean, no, you probably could. Like, it's feasible, right?
I mean,
I would just prefer it not to be the case.
It depends.
But,
depends whether I can install Discord on my work PC.
I mean,
I'm sure you can.
would and should.
I'm sure there's no laws about that.
How are you, Calum? Yes.
Yes. The Cleveland Browns won on Sunday night,
Wait, they won?
which is really annoying because I was going to put money on the Cleveland Browns and I didn't, and then they won, and now I'm upset because I didn't make money off.
I say, isn't their thing losing usually?
Yep.
Don't promote gambling on here. How dare you? young impressionable minds out there, you know, like Nick. Other fans also exist. You know,
Yes,
just future-proofing the show there. On that note, smash that like button, I guess.
Yeah.
Ring that bell. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. If you're already subscribed, go find someone else to make them subscribe, right? Pay it forward, forcefully if need be.
Or get 2 people, so it's like a pyramid scheme ever growing.
Ah.
Yeah.
We don't pay for advertising, so word of mouth is the only way we can possibly gain a larger audience. And what do you want more than us to have a larger audience? Nothing. That's exactly what we want.
So, never mind the pre-game, talk about a game, guys. Anyway, enough nonsense. Yeah, I mean, I think that's good enough, right? Colin, aka Lyco, ain't joining us until maybe after the break if he makes it back in time. Who knows? We'll find out what happens later.
Maybe after the break.
He's just going to be narratively excused until we work out what to do with him.
He's being a sneaky boy right now.
He is a sneaky boy and a spooky boy.
He's a sneaky
I guess, I
boy.
mean, that's good enough for a pre-game. So yeah, I guess we'll just get stuck into the actual game now. Yeah, well, you have heard the intro. Who remembers what happened last week?
Carry on.
There was indeed shopping, yeah, that's right, yeah.
There was shopping.
I'm sure there was other stuff, but
There was investigations of car that got attacked.
Yep, the hover limo was
There's a lot
destroyed.
of meta knowledge that we don't know anything about. There was conversations with Alice briefly. It's basically it, really, isn't it? Oh, there was that. Oh, yeah, there was a meeting with Edgar once more. Lots of insulting, lots of me want to break his neck. That's something that happened.
he was very mean.
Yeah, it was.
He was not nice.
Yeah,
How dare you?
I wanted to kill him.
We look forward to Zora eating him.
One day I will have that man's head.
I mean, yeah, that definitely happened.
And then we went shopping, me and Zora,
Mhm.
and
Oh
there
god,
was
yes.
there was guns,
Old man guns, yeah.
old man guns. There was knives.
Yep.
There was guns again.
Yep, that's very true. Yep.
And then we made him a deal that he was gonna sell us guns.
That's true. Yep, he did. He said he would give you 5,000 worth of stuff, for the price of 4,000 stuff. So yeah.
And then Emmelyn cut him a deal under somebody else's name.
Yes.
And in my defense, she was dead. So
Sorry, is that a defense?
Defense.
Yeah, you forged a contract with the Aspis Consortium for Old Man Guns, and you signed it, Bradlin Bunn, who died.
This will not come back to haunt us.
Well, we're just assuming the button's dead.
I mean, you seen her die.
But she smelled weird, didn't she?
Yes,
Oh,
no,
she
well, I don't-
smelled
yeah.
like spin. So yeah.
Yeah. So something's up.
Definitely.
she might get better. We don't know that.
Is this out of character or is this Emmelyn's self-justification?
Amazing. Yeah, sure. So we also had obviously Emmelyn wander off and just go into like some random like house.
Oh, hot chocolate, hot chocolate.
I mean, I'm sure there's a song I could sing here, but I don't know if it would breach my copyright laws. Apparently, I'm under because of YouTube. But yeah, we had. I think we ended it with Lyco like heading up in an elevator and then stopping, thinking, and pushing another button on the elevator. We had Zora walking through the crowds, realizing that Emmelyn's gone. As Zora heads back to the ship, we had Zigg and Nyx starting their investigation through the infosphere.
Yeah.
We had Emmelyn
Oh.
wander off in a doorway.
Oh, there's a skater girl. She showed up.
She said, "See you
Skate.
later, girl." S-Kate.
Yes.
S-Kate. Yes.
Skate.
Yes. About that copyright.
S-Kate showed up. Yes, that is correct. She did. She was.
Now I remember.
She was a. Was it a mid-game reveal and an end-game reveal? So these things happen. Yeah, you remember what happened at the end of the break for it?
End of the break.
Yeah. She appeared on the ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and
what
she
was it, the
chatted
end? I
to
thought
Alice, and
I mean, you could assume she chatted to Alice, right? Who really chats to Alice?
She said, what was exactly was it she said again?
Well, at the end.
you know exactly what to do. You know what you need to do, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, sure.
I trust her.
What, S-Kate or Alice?
Basically anyone. Right.
I like that. I mean, sure, yeah. This is how I ended up here. Why? I'm just a really trusting guy. It's like, I mean, I've been through some shit. Oh dear, amazing. Love it. What could possibly go wrong in any of these situations?
We make the best decisions.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think with that in mind then, I think we're going to focus on Zora. So Zora, you're walking through the crowd. You got your shop hands. Where are you going?
Well, I'm probably going to have to head for this back to the ship, because I mean I've got probably quite a lot.
In fact, that's maybe what we should do. We'll focus on you in a second. We'll deal with what you're actually carrying is maybe a better thing. So
Yeah.
let's all deal with the shopping list. The wonderful admin that I was hoping would have been done last week.
Oh, I'm still in the middle of it.
Yeah, remember that, guys, somehow do this through the week so it can all be sorted for the weekend and I can look over it, and then here we are Monday. Moving on.
I mean, what did you expect?
Honestly, right? So it's fine. I'm putting the prices up because of that. The admin fee. Online booking fees.
I just need to work out how acid works.
Wait, what?
In general or for the game?
What sort of acid are we talking about?
Yeah.
Well, there's an acid dart rifle.
Ooh.
That sounds interesting.
But is this
But I
this
need
like journey
acid.
throughout all the books that you have to go through? Like turn to page 5.
Oh god.
Right, so let's just go down this just now, okay? So, the hidden soldier armor. Let me just work my way through the list, and we'll see exactly what gets approved and what gets declined on the old credit card, the old GM card. Page 197 of the core book.
That total is not including Emmelyn stuff, by the way. If Emmelyn stuff's been added in.
As I said, work out this ASAP while I work through this list, and we'll see how we go on. Right, okay, so where is this armor? Why can't I see hidden soldier? I've got it now. Heavy armor.
Yep.
Heavy armor, hidden soldier. Yeah, I mean, I don't, like. Let's see what hidden soldier armor actually is. Does it have a description?
It's got a description on page 199.
Oh yeah, made by the Kasatha, these suits of heavy armor are so named for their slitted helmets which reveal only the eyes, a rebreather that lets the wearer keep their faces completely covered, a ceramic breastplate, ceremonious, a ceramic breastplate, shoulder guards, bracers and greaves protect the weather while facilitating the graceful Kasathan close combat style. So you're wearing heavy armor designed for a Kasathan.
Yes.
I mean, sure, yeah, I don't see an issue with that, except when Kasathans give you weird looks, but yeah, it's fine.
Well, you know, I'm a tempered pilgrim.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll get along with that.
Yeah, I don't see that being an issue, but I'm going to let you know what the actual costs are.
Yep.
That's probably going to be absolutely ridiculously overpriced because of its nature.
Yep.
The azimuth. Again, these things can all be negotiate if need be, but considering the deal that was currently negotiated was 5k worth of stuff for 4k, you can do the maths in a second once I'm finished looking at this. Right, so the armory, page 14. Let me just do this just now. For those at home, well, enjoy. This is just stuff that needs done, sadly. The wonderful idling music. Almost Generation Game-esque. Right, shoulder laser.
But without the copyright issues.
Of course, yeah. Or just the issues, really, right? Do I have an issue with that laser at all? It's I'm just making these nicer render figures. I'm also probably just going to make that 650 instead. Right, is Merciful Fusion? No, it's just not a thing.
Cool.
It's not going to be available. I mean, this is Old Man Guns we're talking about, so it would involve you guys RPing to other places, to get other stuff. Dirge pistol, that sounds amazing.
Oh yes.
Let's see if I can spot that. Dirge Sonic Harmonic. Yep, no issue at all. It could just be 400. Okay about that. As many batteries as the discount are. I mean, yeah, they can just be at cost.
Cool.
And you can work out what the budget is after that. For Lyco, let's just. I think I've already pre-approved all of his stuff. For Lyco. Let's just say 800 for that, and again, everything ammo's at cost, so you can have that at cost. Zigg, medicinals, blah blah blah. See, I doubt he's going to have those, quite frankly. Tier 1 medicinals. I mean, did you list what your medicinals were? Because you've just put
It was
medicinal
just
things in.
all like various Healy stuff. Tough.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the
Yeah.
wrong page.
It's okay. He just doesn't sell drugs, so again, no, unless you RP going to somewhere that would actually sell that, because Old Man Guns doesn't have drugs.
We need old man drugs for that.
But he does have. It's just drugsy with a big flashing Z. Guns, blades, and drugs. The flares are completely fine at cost. I don't know what shiny misc means, so
It was just like something's shiny and it's miscellaneous, and it happens to be up to 1 square foot in size and not heavy.
so like a tinfoil blanket.
Yeah, like a tinfoil blanket.
I mean, you can have a tinfoil
Or
blanket.
multiple tinfoil blankets.
I can't spell blanket. I'm actually spelling the way I'd probably say it with my stuffed up nose. Blanket. Tinfoil blanket. I mean, yeah, just have 5 of them, I guess. 100 credits? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yay.
And what else have we got?
Are they any bigger than 1 square foot?
Yeah, but not folded up. They're not.
Okay.
But like they're 5 foot squares when unfolded.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
The jump jets have been covered. Nico knows that much. I told him they were
Yes.
their special rule. One previous owner. I really can't spell owner. There we go. Obviously I've put that under the grenades, ignore that. I'll just move that up. But for anybody watching at home, we have a game manager spreadsheet, so yeah, screw everybody, you can't see that. What else have we got? Some incendiary grenades. I mean, I actually think they'd be... There we go. And then...
Oh, I can't afford
I just realised that I don't think I can have that because it's long arms. I don't think I've got proficiency in that.
You can still fire it like a -4 though.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
So got to put that like this.
Alright, go to the recalculate what use of... Also,
There we go.
the question marks are just whatever is like it's at cost. You know,
Mhm.
X's mean Old Man Guns doesn't have it, and then I guess I just won't look at the dart rifle if it's not what you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with what is it? This thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought of getting the sonic pistol, but it's level 4, so I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's 173.
173. Done. I'll give you 300. Yeah.
That's alright.
That's it. There we go. Work out your costs and whatnot, and what you're actually taking and whatnot, and then this way we can zoom back into what's happening.
Okay, so 1,500 from me.
Should we just do like a sum at the bottom?
Probably best.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember how to do it. I was going to do it, but I couldn't remember how to do it. It's been so long since I've done spreadsheets.
Compliance.
Compliance.
Mm-hmm. Other older
actually
movies
it's
also
60.
exist.
So they cost 60. Supposed to be 3 batteries.
This is also what like dungeon crawl type games are, where you have to work out what XP and loot everybody had on them as well, and you have to sit and do your bit of admin and then you move on. Which
You said you were getting batteries there, Colin. How much are they?
no, Colin's in here.
They're Colin. Alex, don't know why I said Colin.
Obviously he's missed.
Obviously.
Hashtag Colin is precious. Hashtag
Oh,
Calum
Colin
was
is
precious.
I'm the other half of Robber Corpse. So standard battery costs 60 for 20 charges.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I've
gonna get two
put in
batteries
3
as well.
batteries. Oh wait, no, I don't need that many because any gun comes with a battery already in it.
Yeah, they come with a clip, if you will.
So I'll just get 2 spares.
Would
That'd
there be a
unnecessary, actually.
battery for the arc pistol as well?
It would come
Yeah,
with
so-
one, yeah.
It'll come
Yeah.
with one. I'm going to add in an extra battery for each of my things.
So like for example, you've got 20 charges on the one you've got when you
Yeah.
buy it, and then if you bought another battery, it'd have another 20 charges.
Okay.
Yup, yup.
I'm just going to be walking around covered in batteries.
I mean, you kind of... no, I'm not going to say that's a bit Android
It's
racist.
going to be racist.
I was going to say, can GMs be racist? I went, no, yeah, they really can. In fact,
Yes, they
they're often actually found to be racist.
Shall we jump into that RP horror stories subreddit? And
No, we definitely will not. Oh god.
oh, it hurts so much.
Other deities also exist, maybe.
How much are the batteries?
60
60.
for a standard. They've got higher capacity ones too, but
That's
they're higher
maybe
levels.
after a couple of missions
yes,
purchase.
because they start at level 4
Oh.
as well.
Yeah. Better go out there and fight some monsters.
We're going to go kill some pigs.
Just wave after wave of warthogs.
Oh no, I meant the stewards, but okay.
Oh wow.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow. We'll edit that in
shots
post, it's
fired.
fine. We won't.
It's some character development for Nyx.
Yeah, apparently. Mhm.
He's off to join the abolitionist front.
Yeah. Join.
Yes.
Teehee.
Shh.
Right, how we're looking.
Great. What about the game?
I mean, I'm looking good, but
Excellent, I guess. Narcissistic fucks, but yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing, I'm just clarifying. Right, so, for the folks at home, we're currently using an Excel spreadsheet to work out how many more weapons they can afford. Not like fancy food or like nice throw pillows for their spaceship. Just how many guns they can arm themselves to the teeth
I don't
with.
know. I didn't get any guns.
I didn't get any guns at all either.
I
And
am
I got
made
some
of guns.
blankets. I got some blankets that are shiny that I can wrap myself in,
Mm.
and potentially keep one in my cheek pouch for
I need-
emergencies.
I mean, we went to a shop called Guns.
Yeah.
And
That's-
bought guns.
You know what we want.
So you I'm just gonna delete this line here, Cal, because you got
Oh, yeah,
you
sorry.
got 5 blankets.
I did get 5 blankets. Thank you. You're very kind.
Apparently.
Oh, the rules say that I can't build the gun into me.
What the one?
Shame. The integrated gun. It can't be part of the android's body.
Uh,
Oh well. I will just have to get the weaponized prosthetic later.
yeah. That's arms. That's further down in the station,
Oh yes.
and his rival company legs. Oh,
I mean,
station
I'm all about those legs.
You definitely are. There wasn't some kind of weird come on there. Anyone listening at home? It's just because I know the progression routes of certain players.
Yes.
And also, it doubles up as a weird come on, which is good. So,
That's why we play StarFinder.
the Fragments of Eternity.
The fragments of eternity.
How many fragments?
Of Eternity. Yes.
Yes, it's number 42.
Oofed.
Can I just check, are the fragments of eternity like a Poundland version of the Infinity Stones?
I couldn't possibly answer that. I mean, here, I'll just tell you my whole plot, in fact. Alright, so, get comfy. In the
Yes.
beginning. We should probably actually get to the playing part, though. You know,
Yes.
we have that one audience member for a reason. It wasn't to be let down by session 9.
I'm sure he just skipped forward.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
well,
wouldn't he?
maybe just
Just
put.
who miss out on all this great.
I mean, the Poo game's purely for him. So,
Yeah.
and all those other listeners. We also, I mean, yeah, but anyone that wants to, feel free to comment now. Was the pre-game worth it? Quite frankly.
Yes.
And if you've skipped by this bit, well, screw you. If you went back after skipping and came back to listen to this bit, unscrew you. How are we for totals then? Is everybody?
Is that the right total for the monies? I think it should be. Most vendor. I've put down my total. How much I owe to the thing that you gave. So
You're almost skinned to it again.
And I've put down Collins as well because he's not present.
I'm buying everything that was listed there. So, on my section. So whatever Ryan's totaled me at.
I haven't told you anything.
Do you wanna like
I know
put
what I
it under everybody else's totals?
What I think she's saying is do it.
27.
Do it.
Do it now. Do it yourself.
Do it.
Do we have any alcohol
Yes.
on the
Yes.
ship
Or do you mean in game?
in game?
No, you have not bought any food.
I have a ration.
I feel like we probably would have gone to buy some.
Remember, the
grain.
ship has money, so that's what that's for. That fund, right? Repairing the ship and supplying the ship. So, and I already docked you guys like 100 credits for that. For basically just refueling the ship, because I have no idea how much it's meant to cost. So.
Cool.
And I feel like
Would we have gone to buy ship stuff before guns?
well, it really depends what you mean by ship stuff. Like, what are you thinking?
Food and alcohol?
I mean, you can buy it on the way back, right? Well, you can't
Yeah.
currently, but you know.
No, but the plan was to get on the way back before fuckery.
Yeah.
happened.
Just depends what you're wanting. Like, I mean, if you just to spend, I don't know, like, how much do you want to stock the ship up for? I guess just tell me a number of credits from the ship fund you want to spend on supplies like food, etc.
Well, do we know? Because we know we're going to the dinos, the dragon thing, right?
Do you?
Do we? Is that not where we were meant to go?
It was mentioned as a potential, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then you were going to go investigate on Escate, and then the limo happened. And then you just went back to speak to Edgar. So we broke your limo. And then he
I
went,
was there.
You broke my
I
limo.
remember. I totally remember.
Yeah, I was totally there.
Yeah. Well, okay, so in that case, if we don't know where we're going, why would we... Like, we wouldn't know how much to buy, so maybe we'd wait till we know where we're going?
Yeah, but you could always spend X amount to supply up the ship in case, right? I wouldn't make the things just go out of date, right? I'm not going to be that guy. But I will let you guys burn through ship supplies. For example, if you said, oh, we'll spend 500 on stuff for the ship, right? You're unlikely to starve anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you think about it in terms of doing like a monthly shop or something, like that's a fair amount, right? Plus, considering drift travel is in the days of time, and there's a lot of you to eat, you know. So it's up to you guys. But currently, you have spent nothing on food.
How much money does the ship have?
It has its own sheet actually. The 11th hour.
Is it on the sheet?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's got 2,042.
Is that on the on Roll20, or is that on the thing?
It's on the manager.
On the
Game
roll.
manager.
It's like now everybody has their own inventory sheets on the game manager. Like it's on it's the 11th hour.
I think we deducted for like fuel and stuff like that. I think that was.
Yeah, we did it to 100 for fuel because nobody knows fuel costs. And I still haven't looked it up, so yeah. And
Don't forget, we've got like 34 like.
you mean the stuff I just saw people type in?
units of type grade. I'm just putting the stuff that I've actually got on the ship, because why not?
Why is that on there? Why do you have 34 quantity? 34 what of grain?
That could be money. That could be
Singular grains. 34 of them. We're rich, I tell you. Richer than lizards.
We're gonna open a farm.
Just a plot of farm.
Let me actually get the figures to us. I can make money out of that, right? That's money. That's like. Or it could be like, emergency, We could be starving one day if we've got 34 crates of grain. It's like, yes, thanks for getting the grain.
34 crates of grain. What?
34 crates of grain, we'll never starve. We'll be able to survive for the
Where
rest
did this
of our
come
lives. Some trade somewhere. Like, I don't know.
I assumed that you were just making some sort of vest cooch.
It's invested.
I mean, I don't know what I even say to that now. I
know a bargain when I see one, alright?
So I'm going to repeat my earlier question. Do you want to spend any of the ship funds on supplies?
Yes.
Cool. Why don't we write in here, somebody can anyway, on the inventory that there are supplies, and we can spend whatever the value of credits is you're willing to spend on generic ship supplies.
Do you mean better bedrooms?
No, I do not. Not unless you want to like speak to like some kind of shipyard about that.
Beds with a Z.
It's actually ships with a Z, but yeah. Everybody thinks it's a Z-Hips Z, but it's not. Right, what's the consensus group? You've got 2k on the ship fund. How much are you going to supply up?
250.
250 supply monies? What about everybody else? Everybody?
That sounds like a fair and arbitrary amount.
Yeah, sounds.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
what's that, about 50 credits per person? Sure, yeah.
Well, if you put it that way.
I mean, I did. So yeah.
That's almost no alcohol.
Yeah.
Remember how much
Big
that bottle of
Louis, he
spin
doesn't
cost?
have,
You could probably chip in and buy one bottle of spin. It was 3,994, was it? 3,996? I think 3,996.
I
No,
bet
no,
you he
7, I
gets
think
mates
so.
rates though,
Yeah,
so
maybe
it'll
it
be
was.
like way more expensive.
No, I think it was 6. Let's see. 3,996.
Should we then double
3,996.
that? Or
What, and just spend 500 or?
yeah,
I mean,
like 100 each.
if I
on-
was a
on
player,
food.
I would spend 500. That would be my suggestion, but that's only if I was a player. And I was like, what else are we using the ship money for, right?
Hey guys, let's spend 500.
Done.
Also, I'd just write credits after that, the quantity part, because yeah, there's it isn't quantity of supplies 500. It's 500 credits worth of, so you just write 500 credits in the quantity bit. There you go. That's good enough. Good. Just want to type it into. I think we were doing it in Roll20 as well. Do you want to just? I think we were typing what you did. Just write spent 500 credits on supplies. Somebody can type that.
I've deducted 500 from.
Indeed, it's just because I know it's been deducted. Thus, if we can make a wee log that we did that in Roll20, at least we know it's done. Just in case people go, did we count for this? Cool. All done, admin wise? I think we are.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Good. Right. So, I just feel worse for Zora now. The bags have just multiplied. You just like photoshopped the bags and just pasted them over the image of Zora more.
I need to actually go, right, wait. So what, is an L again? Is that like just a...
That's like-
exactly nothing?
I think it's like, is it 10 L's make a 1?
10 makes 1.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so it should be cool. I should be cool for bulk. I should be able to carry all this. Okay. 'cause
So
those ones
bulk
are the first,
L
it's gotta be
means
like-
it's a light bulk, thus 10 of them equal 1 bulk of anything else.
But I think
But
the point
it doesn't
was
do
1
decimals
anyway.
or anything.
Nah.
So basically, if I've got an L, it's like 1, technically. Is that right? Does it round up all the time? Or is
It rounds down.
Down,
It
oh.
only takes 10 whole L to make
Okay,
1
well,
bulk. 9 doesn't count as anything.
Basically, I've got 4 bulks right now on me worth of stuff. No, wait, that's a lie. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
No, I was going to say that is definitely a lie. There is a lot of stuff you're carrying.
Yeah. That's the bulks. The bulks then.
Yeah, good luck.
I know my bulk jump jets are L, and I know the
Well, I mean,
thingies are
we can
L.
let someone else deal with that. In the meantime, somebody else can deal with all the bulk.
Okay.
Because you
Yeah,
got on with your
okay.
RP. We actually should probably
Mhm.
It's okay.
play the game, you know?
Yes.
So anyway, as I was saying, Zora, as we zoom in on you, with this varying stack of crap that you're dragging behind you. I mean, I feel like it probably is in some kind of... Maybe you bought one of those blankets that you're giving Zigg the rest of them, and it's just wrapped. You've wrapped all of the stuff to drag behind you. And that, because I just feel like that would be your shopping bag. Given that there's a lot of stuff here. A lot.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
going to
lot.
be awkward to get back to the ship anytime soon. So yeah, good luck with that. Now that we're buying
Gonna get
an
to my
absolute
daily
mass
game.
amount of stuff. And
These
then,
athletics, see how quick it gets me.
yeah, actually give me an athletics roll, that's probably a good thing to do. I'd just say cart shopping back to ship. We'll see how well you do. It would be nice if you gave me a natural 20 just to start the game off. Let's see what we get. That's not bad.
16, 22.
Respectable.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, I mean, I think it's more the fact that it's awkward because of how many people are in your way, right?
Yeah.
and also people like talking about you, or maybe like as you slowly ascend up to the higher tiers of the station, obviously maybe more and more people will be like, oh, that's that's Zora, the famous military war hero, the the first of Vesk diplomat, etc., etc.
Slogging it out with the best of them.
As you drag this tinfoil blanket full of crap. I think that's maybe why people don't necessarily stop to talk to you, But yeah, it probably takes a good few hours to get back to the ship because of this, which gives us a fair bit of time for our wonderful absent detective to have done loads of detectiving in the absence, which we can cut back to. But in the meantime, let's move over then, unless you want something to happen on the way back to the ship. Obviously, I'm assuming you've stopped and just picked up more supplies and dumped it in.
Nah.
No, you have, because you spent 500 credits of stuff, so you definitely did.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
In actual shops, not just armories.
I've got to drag like 500 more supplies back with.
Yeah, I think what you do is you probably go back with all the weaponry, dump it, go back out, realise that there's nothing for eating because you're hungry now that that's happened. You've carted it all back, you get hungry, you go open all the cupboards, realise all the cupboards are open because Emmelyn's opened them all looking for marshmallows, not chocolate. And then you went, okay, cool, I'll go back out. And then you head out and go buy all the supplies from the ship fund, since you're probably in charge of the ship fund, let's face it. Like, I think everybody can have access to it, but you need to probably sign off on it or some shit. That's probably how it works.
Cool.
Like, maybe you or Emmelyn, because I guess you run the ship, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I feel like I'm probably not to be trusted with money.
Yeah, okay, in that case then, maybe
like
it's
I'm too
Nick's
much.
then, because I feel like there'd be two people that can access the funds, and it's definitely probably not Lyko or Zigg.
I mean, if the ship needs repaired in some way, I don't know anything about repairs. Nick's probably looks.
Yeah, Nick's could probably just tell you
That
anything.
sounds-
Yeah. Right, cool. We'll make sure you two are hands-on with the ship sheet then. With
Yes.
that one. But yeah, that makes sense. It's going to be great when you two can't make a session and everybody else needs to spend ship money, and you're like, how do we get the
We need to hack
passcode?
it. We need to hack it.
Hack the
Oh
planet.
no!
Alice is like, I can do that. Amazing. Yeah, okay. So let's fade out on Zora being like, I'm hungry. And then we can just assume Zora went off and bought 500 worth of supplies because he went out hungry, obviously, when he went shopping. So the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
Let us go to Zigg and Nyx 5, because we didn't really touch much on them last week, and you guys were about to start investigating on the old infosphere. So we're probably going back before the shopping trip with Zora really happened. You probably, maybe this is just after you have calmed in with your requests as well. It's probably a good place to step in there. So where do we find you? How have you hung around the? Obviously, the last time we seen you were at the, what do you call it? The instant location.
Incident spot.
Yes.
The limo crash site that's been cleared up since then. And obviously we had some Zigg moments with some magic jank. So are you still there, or
Weird
did you just
space
wander
magic.
off?
Unless we got anywhere specific that we'd go, I'd probably head back to the ship to actually do the searching. Unless Zigg has.
Yeah, I mean,
Zigg
like,
wants
unless
to explore.
Zigg has more places to go, I guess. Anywhere.
No. Yeah, I feel like it would just be. I think Zigg would kind of be lost in thought over that the feeling of that super sort of clinical magic that he's not used to, and just let Nyx kind of wander wherever he's.
Mm. Yeah, because last time I obviously had you doing your mysticism, and you discovered that it wasn't the weird, warm, hearthfire-esque magic that you're used to, but it was very clinical, clean, precise magic. Surgical almost. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Good.
I mean, technically, I can probably just do the searching from wherever. So
Yeah, I mean,
be
literally,
fine.
you just could go. I don't think you have a station, right? As well, like to go if you really wanted to go wandering. So, This is your carte blanche, really, moment.
I'd probably kind of find somewhere to sit down nearby.
Like a
to do
space
the
box?
search. Yep. And try to look up some information on
Like a
that
Corona.
unusual sort of magic.
Was it Corona coffee we decided wasn't a thing because it sounds vile? Yeah.
Um,
So you got like a star stems.
yeah.
Although I don't think Zigg is actually old enough to be served in a star stems. Neither are you,
no.
probably.
No. Neither of us. So
So okay, we'll stick with our space box then.
and yeah, pull up a chair and start searching.
Yeah. So what is it? User so you're on the old infosphere, so you connect up to those.
Yep.
Yep.
Good. And what's our searches on? What we're looking for?
It would be kind of looking for stuff to do with the nature of magic, I guess, and because I'm trying to work off of Zigg's kind of explanation and transmitting of the feeling.
Yeah, because obviously he psychically mind linked everything to you to give you the same vibes he experienced.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now Nick's trying to put the vibes into.
Some kind of actual logic.
Coherent like words.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is the
Yeah.
infosphere like Google?
It's essentially the internet.
Other search engines.
Also
Go.
exist, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, you Google them.
Yeah.
God, that's just so awfully true though.
All hell.
So I think we're probably going to be looking at. I mean, you tell me what answers are you looking for? You're looking for something on magic.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I don't want to say aberrations of sorts, but certainly like magical aftermaths, like what can leave an echo of that sort.
Okay, yeah. That's probably not a bad way. Like almost like residual magic.
Yeah, background
Sure.
radiation magic.
How best to deal with this? Because my brain's like, well, there's the ones that are going to be like computers or mysticism, really, right? Or both.
Can they like help each other?
Yeah. So like.
Yeah, there is a helping mechanic. Yeah.
Mhm.
You can definitely, I think, it's aiding each other.
Also, I like the idea that they're putting this into the internet and they're asking like Ask Yahoo
Mm-hmm.
or Quora or like one of those websites. It's like 100 of irrelevant answers,
Mhm.
and people start arguing with each other, and they're like having to get through all of that. It's like nothing changes.
It'll
in
be
the
like
future.
they're going to the forum, the afternoon mum club, or something.
So would this kind of come under the? I'm having a look at the rulebook.
Yeah, I'm
Equal
actually looking
knowledge.
through. I'm looking through this just now, and I'm like, I mean, it kind of is, right?
The take 20.
It's not really a recall knowledge though, because you don't necessarily know about that, right?
Yeah.
It's more about you're looking for that knowledge, but there's
Mm.
almost no skill for looking for knowledge. There's not like an investigate. I'm actually
No.
quickly scrolling through this just now. Like it's probably mysticism, right? Out of all of them, it's probably mysticism through a computer.
Yes.
Actually, I mean, technically perception, in a way, but not really. But it is, but it's not. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan. Like this is just my own GM gripe here, but I definitely think they really just went. Here are some skills. Moving on to some cool art in this book. Not the biggest fan of the
Yeah.
StarFinder skill list because I just think it's a great set of skills that give you loads of cool things. Like here's what you would do with survival. Because if you look at survival, it's full of amazing options. But then when you go, but how do I negotiate with someone? Or how do I this? Also, if people find out, just comment it. I mean, I'm willing to be corrected. But yeah, I think it's going to be like computers to actually just say, Google, what is this? You know, like literally type in the questions. Or it'll be, what do you call it? Mysticism to get specific magical knowledge. about it, beyond just using a computer to do all the heavy lifting for you.
It would be like the computers to ask the question, mysticism to understand the answers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Cool. So let me have a look.
Because if you asked a shit question, then like it doesn't matter if you understand the answer because it'll not be the right answer.
Yeah, it's just how effectively can I set up my computer to troll for.
yeah, but I think
Cool.
there is definitely there's plenty of time for this. Like, you aren't under any like you are under pressure by one person, but like it's I mean, it depends how much do you feel the pressure from Aspis and Wesland, both of you. I mean, do you feel comfortable, like, knowing that he seems to be angry and disappointed and also, like, in the dark?
I think for Nyx, he probably trusts Zora to kind of shield them from that.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Especially given the tension of, like, you know, is that too complex for your lizard brain to understand with the cigarette flick, you know? Oof.
That was ice cold.
I was on the edge of my seat, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, I was waiting for it to just kick off.
yeah. I think we'd probably not be in too much of a rush about it
No.
or stressing too much about it.
Yeah, okay.
Probably both too inquisitive. Is the feeling I get.
Yeah, I feel like Zigg's like primary like concern at this point would be this is weird magic stuff that I'm uncomfortable with and I don't understand. I don't like not being comfortable or understanding this.
Yeah, I think
Why is this not warm and fuzzy? I need to find out.
both of you spend, I'd say, 20 credits each, because you'll need to keep buying drinks before you get kicked out. If you're going to
Oh,
spend
yeah,
like 2
sure.
hours or whatever, this is probably going to take just to actually go through everything. But you can definitely do a take 20 on the computer's roll, at least. But
Yep.
the understanding part of it, I'm like, I guess it doesn't really matter how long you spend, like, finding the information to be able to warrant doing the mysticism check, right? I'd say is
Yeah.
like I can give you the computer's roll for free.
Yep.
But yeah, just write in, like, was it computers check for whatever we're actually saying this is. Like, so type in the blurb of what you've done, and then you can say that you took 20 for it, but then give me the total that you would have by taking 20. If that makes sense. Yep, perfect.
Yep.
And then, right, so are you both gonna, like, who's aiding who for mysticism, essentially?
I feel like, well, I don't know whether
I mean,
or not
literally, you both
is
have
there-
the exact same info. Because you've got all the computer results, and you magically shared the info you had to start this off from. So, at this point, unless somebody has a higher mysticism skill, or socially would be more forward, it doesn't really matter who's the main actor and who's the assistant, in my opinion. So,
Mhm.
you guys decide that now.
I
I'm
think-
happy to roll mysticism.
Yeah, I think
So do you
Zigg
want to,
has more experience.
but you've got it trained as well, do you
Uh,
not?
I've got it trained, but I've not got it like as a class skill or anything. It's more just professional interest, but it's definitely more of an outside looking in thing for Nyx.
Yep. But I mean, you're definitely working together, so give it a go. Let me see. Aid,
Cool.
Zigg, mysticism, and I want
So,
obviously Nyx to roll
Zigg.
first.
Mystic. That won't do it, will it?
No. But,
No.
because it does say you need to succeed a DC 10 check.
Yep, that was it.
Now, the interesting thing about that is that I can't wait to see how you interpret the results while trying to help Zigg. It's probably something along the lines of, here's exactly how my way of thinking, my clinical, ordered, logical android mind thinks of everything. And
Mhm.
Zigg's like, yeah, but where's all the wobbly bits? You know?
I think it's
Just wait for Zigg.
And I should just be able to press it. Bop.
boom.
Okay, dokes. So, essentially, you kind of spend your time poring over these search results for, like, residual aftermath of effects, etc., etc. one of the kind of biggest results that come up is the mystery behind Eox, and the fact that that is one of the biggest examples of a potential magical backlash, where it obviously, seems to have rendered the entire planet lifeless. But obviously, almost every result tells it slightly differently, because nobody has any official accounts of it. The Eoxians aren't particularly open about that particular period of their time many moons ago, or many diasporas ago, and so that's one of the biggest kind of results you get, which obviously doesn't really get you anywhere, but obviously there's a whole planet of an aftermath there from a magical event. Other things you get is that anything with a strong enough magical wake, like a creature that's magical, can be tracked just by the effect it has, a bit like something being radioactive, That's also a thing that you pick up on. But beyond that, there's very little specifics regarding residual magical effects. I mean, you could draw the conclusion, based on the rolls you've got, that Escape might be super powerful, given the very, very specific residual effect. It wasn't like, oh, this place has got a bit of a Geiger counter, to it. It's in fact, no, this is almost, if you study it hard enough, you might get the exact mathematical formula for the magic used, based on how clinical it came across. But beyond that, no, that's all complete assumption. Do you know what I mean? I might just have made all that up as a GM just to throw you off because of the roles she's got. But that's what you could assume if you wanted to, is that Escape might in fact be quite powerful enough to have left an impression hours after the fact. But then you think a bunch of magical light blades trashing an Aspis Consortium limo with ease probably was powerful, right? And then vanished. Yeah. But that's what you kind of can collate, unless there's anything else you're specifically looking for with your searches.
I don't think Nix would have anything else to search. Probably going off the back of his failed to help.
So
He's probably
obviously
caught
that's
up too much in the.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's me downloading a lot of it, but how does that look in the scene? Because obviously you don't just have a magic voice unless it's like the Google, please read out this for me.
Okay, Google.
A whole bunch of people's devices at home activate.
That actually woke my phone.
Yeah, I think Nix 5 is kind of trying to process it, but obviously not being as fluent in it. Because I imagine Zigg probably has experienced some element of that before. Kind of because, I don't know, is Zigg always feeling magic around him?
I think it's kind of like a constant, just small, like a hum of a fan in the background or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's constant hum all the time, but
really
doesn't
are
really pay much attention to
sounding
it.
like me, honestly. Like your descriptions now of things. Amazing. I love it.
Did I spend too much time talking to you?
I know. Too much time? How dare you?
Oh, sorry. I do apologize. But no, yeah, I feel like I think after going through some of the searches, he would kind of just try and focus and try and see if he can figure out a way that if he would be able to passively notice a way of tracking that sort of the same feeling that he had, try and recreate it in his mind.
I mean, I think you'd know enough about people to know more about magic than you, right? Let's face it. This is, you could take this to other people, right? Because I mean, you could mind link with other people, right? So you could always go looking for people with experience in such a field instead of just googling it. That is not a subtle way of saying to everyone, please speak to doctors when you're worried about things and don't use WebMD. I'm not saying that. just so you know. But yeah, like I think that's one of those things where you could definitely know that you don't know enough about this field to really know. You know that somebody with power and skill could probably track that signature magic, right? That's probably something you could definitely do, if indeed that's what you have found out about it. But he's just like he's basically like googling conspiracy theories essentially, in terms of accuracy. But you just know that it does seem to be that powerful things don't necessarily have control over what's the effect they have on the environment. Like if something heavy lands on the ground, there is the dent made, you know. The same with magic, you know, it does have that effect on the world. Sometimes people have such control where no, it is completely precise and there's nothing left over because there's no energy wasted, but not everybody has that. If that makes sense. But yeah, you could seek out someone else in that field, etc., or give up until you've got more information. You can obviously save all your tabs for now.
What about this one guy that says that you can make a magical detector with a cardboard box and some tinfoil?
I mean, he's got like about 30,000 views on his, space tube account. So yeah.
Yeah, that's where Nyx is stuck with his role.
I think if Nick said that because Zigg just assumes Nyx knows lots of things, I think that would warrant him sending the message over to buy all the sort of tinfoil blankets.
Yeah, I think that's a good enough reason. Yeah, it's maybe why you've updated Zora to be like.
It's gone. We need the tinfoil blanket.
We're gonna build a thing.
We've got a science project.
I just like the idea that you've got like it cuts to Zora with like the comm in between like the ear and the shoulder as they've got the shopping basket and they're just putting their hand on shelves, pouring it in, like it's like just tipping it into the basket. Like, yep, it's fine, got you covered. When he's doing his 500 credit supply run. Yeah, okay, cool. I think we'll fade it on you guys just now. You can have a think about what you want to do with your info, whether either returning to the ship or going to go exploring more for more kind of specialists, etc. Specialists might cost money, of course, but yeah, you can have a wee think about that. And obviously we're now going to focus on someone else. We get wonderful montages of Lyko talking to people, doing detective-y things, and other such potential retcon things, depending on what Colin decides he wanted to have done. But we'll insert all those montages here. I'll spend several hours doing more detective-y things. And then I think that while that's happening, the camera will do that nice kind of zooming through all the space station until we got all the way over to the door, like up the steps round to where the keypad was, the big metal door that had shut last session at the end on Emmelyn. And it kind of opens on the camera opens up from inside what looks like a kind of small apartment. And there's it's almost like it's like a well lived, almost like if you've rented an Airbnb, it's clearly a lived in flat, as it were, or kind of apartment block. We just see that kind of almost darkened hallway with like light coming in through one of the kind of like viewing window things. It's possibly even a false image, it's maybe just like a TV screen essentially on the wall, to make it look like it's outside. And it's got the light coming in through the shafts of the light across the screen. And then we just see like the silhouette form of Emmelyn at the far side of the camera as she slowly walks forward. I think at this point the first thing we see is the cup hanging from our fingers, just by the hoop of it. It just says Universe's Best Dad. And then there's a harsh cut to the kettle clicking in the kitchen just as she's standing side on through the doorway. And the camera's like maybe behind the kettle as it clicks, and it probably maybe it gives you a start as well, Emmelyn, and maybe this is when you finally like, wait, where am I? And you're kind of in this apartment block where the kettle has just clicked to your left, in a fairly compact kitchen.
Do I see anybody?
No, you don't.
Do I hear anybody?
Nope, just the kettle that's clicked.
Just the kettle that's clicked. I think she's gonna stand just still for a bit, waiting for somebody to come get this kettle.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna stay in the shadow and observe. Is how I'm picturing it. Like she can see into the kitchen, but
hmm
she wouldn't be seen out of it necessarily if somebody wasn't looking.
Yeah, and I think as like you're standing there, like a couple of minutes pass, and it's that kind of awkward. Maybe like your heart starts to beat a bit faster as well, or whatever the Lashunta equivalent are, and you're there going, "What's happening?" Because obviously you've got that. I don't know where I am. How did I get here?
Yeah.
Like, where is this? You obviously in your hand you've got that cup. You're like, the fuck. Obviously that
Yeah.
kettle boiled.
I think she's gonna be looking at the cup,
Mhm.
like just check it. Like, why am I holding this? And I'm just trying to think if she maybe would think that this is a vision.
Mhm.
This isn't really happening because, like, how aware is she of the journey to that place?
Well, like I mean, if you're like if you took this moment to be like, wait, how did I get here? And you think back and you're like, I was shopping with Zora, and then we left
Right.
the
So
shop.
everything else is blank almost.
Like no, like you remember you were on the ship, you then headed in to get supplies. You were with Zora. You left the shop after getting all the stuff, and then now you're here. So that's kind of like your memory. Like obviously things that happen in the shop and stuff. If you think back, you can recall them.
Yeah.
Like when you push for the information, you can see things. But see, like moving away from the ship, don't recall that. Moving, like bumping into Zora, you remember seeing
Mhm.
Zora, and then you remember going to shop with Zora, and then you left the shop, and then now you're here. And that's kind of the journey
Okay.
that you took mentally.
Yeah. I think she's gonna slowly, carefully walk into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Where the kettle just boiled, and kind of like lean in head first, just still listening out for any sounds, any kind of sign of a humanoid creature.
No, definitely. Like so, you've got that kind of like maybe it's got like the steam coming out from the kind of spout of the kettle, and it's just kind of like bubbling away, obviously as kettles often do, because it's obviously still, whistling
Mhm.
away to itself. But no, like as I say, it's a couple of minutes, maybe 2 minutes pass, and it is that awkward. You used your heart beating. It's kind of you got
Yeah.
how did I get here? And then like maybe we've got that very quick flash of the ship, you leaving the ship, with the awkward conversation with Alice, the shop, Zora, the other shop, Zora, here. And you're like, what? And then, like you almost have that kind of panicked, I don't know how I got here. You look around, you wait a couple of seconds, you lean into the kitchen, and then yeah, it just literally looks like this is someone's house, right? That you're in.
Hmm. Does it feel familiar?
I mean, yeah, you have this weird sense of you have definitely been here before.
Okay. Right. I think she'll just investigate this flat. Are there any pictures?
Yeah, like I
Anything
mean,
that would-
the fridge has got like it's one of those kind of smart fridge kind of wall things where it's all kind of like digital interface.
Mhm.
So it's like a touchscreen fridge essentially. And on that it's got like the standard family screensaver where it has photos that just occasionally rotate and do all their transition scenes and swipes and star wipes and curtain closes and such. Somebody was obviously very proud of their PowerPoint, and other programs also exist.
Do I recognize the people there?
Um,
Or like, what am I? Who am I seeing? Like a family? Am I seeing one person?
Yeah, you're seeing what looks like a human woman, a human man, and a human kind of like kid, like a boy about maybe 9, ish, and it's like generic family photos, like almost like school type photos of the boy, like birthday pictures, etc., holiday pictures, all the usual kind of stuff that you would see just from like a family house, really. As soon as like this, maybe like you start to see like the kid photos and stuff come up first, and as soon as you spot like the father, that's when you get this kind of almost shudder, as if it was a TV show, the music would have that very like strong key press at that point in time where the note would change, and then I think at that point that's when the
Cut to commercial.
no, that's when we've got the shot where, like, for the audience, because again, if it was a TV show, your psychokinetic hand would have an effect so people could see it happening,
Mhm.
but it unclicks the kettle, so it stops like overboiling. So it's almost like it instinctively did that, as if you reached to stop it, but obviously you didn't actually go to use your psychokinetic hand move. So you telekinetically stop the kettle kind of boiling. So we see that almost, let's say it was like a little purple kind of flash of light that clicks the button on the kettle, and it stops kind of overboiling. But there was that shudder of recognition when you see the father of it, and then obviously you just kind of like lift up the universe's greatest dad mug, and you see like the father in the photos like opening a box, holding this mug, obviously up with his like kid looking super pleased as punch that his dad he's given like his dad and you recognize him, like again in that shudder, like you recognize him not just from the familiar feeling of deja vu you get straight away, being like, this is my mug, this is when they gave me my mug, but it's that guy from the station. You're the one that like bailed for the door.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have that like it's him. Like you're in his flat.
Yeah. Okay. So I assume I'd have to leave the kitchen to go into any other rooms.
Yeah. So like the hall, like there was the doorway. The hall went kind of straight on. So like the camera angle originally had the very far end of the hallway, looking right back at the door you were in, and then the first door on the left as you walked in was the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that's like you walked that far forward, and then that's when like the audience would have seen you activate the kettle. You just didn't know you did that.
Right. Trying to think if she would make herself a cup.
You do have your hot chocolate and marshmallows.
I
in
do,
your bag,
exactly.
so-
That's what I was thinking. But I don't imagine that would be her first instinct because she is confused.
Oh yeah, I mean this is it's definitely this weird sense of you're at home, but also where the hell am I and how did I get here? Right? Like it's properly quite disconcerting, quite disorientating, and obviously just probably kind of again your heart probably still beating quite fast as well. But at the same time, you're like, it's almost like the excitement of seeing someone you've not seen in like a year or something. If maybe they've been away for a long period of time, working abroad or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I get to see that person again. Oh, what's it going to be like? But it's that weird adrenaline rush you've got.
I think she'd want to maybe find the part that is like, where the hell am I? Would try to find out more about this person or this place. So maybe go into the other rooms.
Yeah, sure.
Just still kind of very slowly and carefully, like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, so I think maybe like we do that thing where again it does like a random angle from like the very corner above where the door would be and that you came in, so it has like a really weird awkward angle of the hall, and it sees like you from almost a kind of angled top down view walking out of the kitchen, maybe with that kind of half leaning out thing, kind of holding onto your cup against the door frame, and then kind of looking left and right, and then just kind of wandering down the hall, maybe like running your hand that's not got the cup in it like across the wall.
I think she's now that it's been like a good few minutes and nothing bad has happened, just strange, she might be getting a little bit more confidence about it.
Yeah, and maybe that sense of home is overriding the anxiety part of it as well. It's like it's not as weird as you thought it was, even though it is weird. Yeah, I think definitely maybe we have that. Maybe that's like what the music in the background would be like, kind of almost conveying to the audience, you know, it's the awkward notes conflicting with each other now are slightly more harmonious. So yeah.
Okay, go to a bedroom.
Yeah, I think as you head through, like the first bedroom you get to is like the kids' bedroom. So like you hit the button, door swooshes open because obviously it's a sci-fi setting, so they swoosh. It swooshes with like a kind of weird jingle noise, almost like, you know, it's almost like a child lock type idea, but it's like a, you know, a fancy little kind of do tune when the door swings open. Almost like this is a thing people use to monitor their kids, you know, and swishy doors. You walk in and it's got like, you know, sciencey posters on the wall, sports posters, obviously describing in-universe cultural items is interesting, but yeah, it's like what you would imagine a like excitable, possibly 9-year-old kid would have as a bedroom, like a boy's bedroom. I mean, who
Right.
even knows what Space Boy's like? But yeah, and like there's like a family picture on like a desk. There's like a toy rocket that he's maybe in the middle of building. Generic stuff like that.
Okay.
Definitely like waves of nostalgia as well. Like you look at the rocket as if I want to finish that. Like I want to finish making that. You know, like you've got those types of like I was in the middle of that, and like very like weird stuff like that. And you look at the bed, and obviously you've got like the chair next to the bed, and there's books piled up, or I guess not books as such, but you know what I mean, equivalent of data pads. And it's like those are the stories you'd have been reading your kid, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think Emmelyn's starting to make the connection that this is something to do with this guy at the spaceship. Like he's part of her now. Some magic psycho bullshit happened, and
It's a very accurate rendition of the space station, quite frankly, isn't it?
that's all I remember is some psycho magic bullshit. I'm trying to think what she'd do. I think she'd want to just see the whole flat.
Yeah.
And now she's almost now, because I feel like if once she makes the connection that that's what this is, or maybe that's just what this is. I think she still kind of thinks maybe this is just like a vision, but she's becoming a bit more curious about this person.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
And their life, so she's gonna walk around the flat a little bit more.
Yeah.
So go into the next room.
So yeah, I think the next one down is probably obviously the like there's like a bathroom, I guess, in between the bedrooms. Mostly because if I was designing it, I would make sure the bedrooms were separated, and then if I was designing it, I am designing it. So like there's like a big family bathroom in there as well. The bedrooms are actually connected to it, so it's almost like there's 3 doors to the bathroom. One from the hall, one from the kids' bedroom, and one from the, another room. But yeah, the bathroom just got like walk-in shower, a bath, sink. It's maybe one of those like kind of bench sink things at the wall, so there's multiple kind of faucets. Yeah, so it's just a family bathroom. It's got like a whole bunch of random products. It's not what you'd call dirty, but it's definitely not immaculate. It's like a lived-in bathroom. There's maybe like a wet towel like just dumped on the floor outside the kid's bedroom. It's kind of side of it, as if obviously the kid is maybe less clean than the parents are.
Really?
I know, right? Kelsey Brie. I tried, folks at home. I can speak French.
Keep exploring.
Yeah, sure. Like
maybe she like pause when she sees a mirror to just like that way. In the mirror.
So like I think when you look in the mirror as well, can you make a will save?
All right. What should I type?
Reflecting. I think that's our session title right there, guys. Just saying.
And it's a will save. Nope.
Yep. So I think as you look into the mirror, you see like the scientist, like with his kind of like his scruffy kind of beard and his darkish hair. He's wearing like the lab coat and everything you saw him in. You're getting like that flickering, almost horror movie-esque kind of where the imagery of the person's flickering to like the weird kind of plasmoid every now and then, and flickering back to the body. So it's like almost like the multiple states you recall him in. And then every now and then it's like flickering to like him like covered in like say shaving foam very very briefly, and like almost like moments he's been here, like almost psychic echoes, while all the visions that you very carefully remember from him of him like going, who are you guys, bailing away from you, the visions you had from him, when you were linked to him and he was going about his daily business.
Yeah.
Yep. So again, there's this kind of almost wave of fear that takes you in that moment of, where am I now? But not as Emmelyn, just as this man.
Right, can I like sense his presence inside of me?
No.
Like, is it echoes or is it actually?
For you, it's just this really uncomfortable, like,
Mhm.
what's the word, like you've just realised something was not the way you thought it was. Like if you see out the corner of your eye that someone's standing in the room with you and you're like, wait, no, but you haven't looked yet. You know that, like that really
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. Yep, that exact vibe is what you get with these visions, because you're like, you know, you've seen this guy, you know, you connected with this guy psychically, in very obviously as the weird plasmoid state. You know, you were pulled towards that cup for a reason, but now you're like, you know, you're now in this guy's house.
This has escalated.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Now you're standing in the bathroom, kind of maybe like kind of pseudo paralyzed there. Like what's the
Yeah.
what's going through Emmelyn's head? Never mind what I've told you is going through her head, like psychically. Like how do you feel now? Like, are you gonna keep exploring? Are you want to bail the place? Like, are you like too curious to run away? Like,
See, when you say something like, you know, somebody standing out of the corner of your eye kind of deal, that is scary.
yeah.
That's a scary thought,
Like
an image.
as I said, there is this like mixed bag of this is your home, but you are not who you are. But you've got the feeling of someone's in your home, but you're home, but someone's in your home, and you know you shouldn't be here because this isn't your home, Emmelyn. Right? So you have this like weird tiered level of what the fuck, right? So what would you do in that situation? That's a
I'd think she would want to leave.
okay, yep. So obviously, you know, you're in the bathroom. You've got like to the left of you, you've got like the door to the kids' room. To the right, you've probably got the door to the parents' bedroom. Spoiler alert. Back out the ways to the hall. Where'd you go?
Back out to the hall.
Okay. So as you head to the hall, you hear someone in the kitchen. Like you can hear like clinking of cups and like the kettle being poured.
Right. I think she freezes momentarily and then she goes, "Oh shit," and realizes that she's in somebody's house and this is bad news.
Like you didn't
she's
even
gonna-
hear anyone come in either. Like, but
Yeah.
then you don't know how long you've been staring at this mirror.
Right, so she's gonna try to just sneak towards the door.
I think as well, I want to go back a tiny bit. So see when you were staring in the mirror and we had all those
Yeah.
flickering imageries and whatnot and you had those weird vibes, and I think before you shake out of it, we've got like the equivalent of your, you know, your watch on your wrist, like your comm, and it's like the timestamp on it, and it just like does that thing where the lights flicker off and back on just from a time has passed, and you see like it's, you know, like an hour has gone by at least, like on your digital readout for whatever the Absalom station time is. Just to give the audience awareness of how much time has passed, even if you haven't taken that on board yet.
Yeah.
Like there's maybe even like a couple of missed messages, obviously on the comm, but that haven't like caught your attention yet because they were beeping obviously and haven't like since just stopped bothering. It's maybe the other crew checking in randomly with you. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll decide on that obviously as we go forward. But yeah, so like you're back there, you're in the hall, you hear the kettle. What do you do?
I think she'll start like heading for the door stealthily.
Okay.
And maybe as she passes through the door, like passes next to the door, she would like just try to look in, but like from a distance. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, like as I said, it's not
Like-
a huge flat either.
Yeah.
Like because obviously that corridor's quite narrow towards the door. It's almost like the width of the door itself, and then you know like the last kind of thing on, if you're staring at the door, it would be on the last on the right now. Would be the door into the kitchen. It was like just a doorway. There was no actual door closing it.
Oh, right, okay. I picture the door, but that's fine. Okay, so there's no door. So she would.
Just because we had the light coming in from it, so yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'd have to pass the kitchen to get out. This,
Oh, okay. In that case, maybe look for another door. or hmm. This is difficult.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like what would I do? I don't even know what I would do.
Yeah, it's something.
Never mind somebody else. Oh, RP.
I know, right?
Uh,
I'm not even sorry. This is my jam.
Well-
This bit.
I am also open to suggestions from other players.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a tiny pause here and say, right,
Mhm.
guys, from a player level, I think we have a mildly panicked player. How would you react in this situation? Everyone at home, take this moment to pause here and post what you would do in the comments right now.
Yes.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Yeah, it won't matter because by the time we've made our decisions, but it'd still be appreciated to know what people would think so far. Also, hi Nick.
Hi, Nick.
But yeah,
Hi, Nick.
what are your guys' thoughts?
Well,
Well then.
Nico, this must be familiar for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
You've been through Mind Jank with me before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I kind of
It's
feel like those
unfortunate you're a
places.
psychic.
Yeah, I feel like those places wouldn't have a second exit.
The
way I picture it. It's
you
quite,
know
like,
there isn't another way of this
Yeah.
apartment. Like you know that just from weirdly being connected to this place now.
yeah.
So yeah, there's that kind of weird fight or flight vibe, but then
Uh-huh.
they're both in full swing, right? Because the safety of your home versus someone's in your home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Most of the time I just tried to calm my mind and do the whole discipline thing. But I mean, that's not exactly a thing in this game, right? So maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I know you're being mind janked.
it's maybe not the
Mhm.
only mind to calm though, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody seems to have any suggestions for it. You're on your own. Good.
Thanks,
so
guys.
we're unpausing ourselves. We're going back in a moment. So you've got this slowly
Run away.
creeping Emmelyn, like going up the corridor.
Yeah. I'm just having a look if see my limited telepathy.
Yep.
That is only if I start the conversation, isn't it?
How do you mean?
Like I wouldn't be able to sense who it was without. Oh, I did not mean to click that.
It's good though. It means
Sorry.
people can see it now, though, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Yes, I was just looking for that.
It's a handy thing for people to see. You
Yeah.
could always try even more psychic powers, right? Because you do have something that would do the exact thing you wanted, just there,
Detect thoughts.
Oh. Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But
yeah. Let's.
I'm going to say this now, and it's not to
Okay.
say you shouldn't use it, because it's entirely up to you. So don't take this as me saying this will be bad.
Mhm.
I'm just saying I'm so open to letting players know everything their characters would think. You're in what I would call a psychically compromised situation based on what how you've acted thus far.
Yeah.
Last time you pushed with more psychic powers, mere days ago, on the space station, it had interesting effects, mainly where you are now. And it'd be interesting to see if going all in, throwing good psychic after bad psychic, I guess. It depends. It's your call. I don't know how Emmelyn would feel about that. That's obviously on you. But you definitely have, what you were asking for is detect thoughts. That's the exact answer to what you were looking for there with the
Yeah.
how would I know someone's there ...
Yeah.
You have that move.
I think Emily would actually go for it because I feel like that's how she operates. Like,
I agree,
That's
quite
all
frankly.
she knows almost.
Also, like, every time you've ever been faced with some kind of weird mystery and psychic has been the answer, you've went, I'm all in, right?
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
far.
When will she learn?
Oh, yeah. It'll be, well, we'll find out. So,
Yep.
right, well, we're going to go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's detect thoughts of this thing. So would that be like a first round thing? Because it's obviously just rounds into this.
Well, I mean, there's no like necessary thing there. Let's just go to detect thoughts in the.
Do you want me to click on it to
Yeah, click on it
show
and
people?
we'll see what happens.
Because it's a fairly lengthy thing.
Yeah, so this is like one of your once per day things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rightio. So let's see. The spell is on there, but it's also on like page something. Just getting myself to it just now.
Yeah, I should definitely write what page this is on.
Yeah, I'm just looking for this now. Detect. Detect thoughts. It is on the PDF page 349. Okay, so cone-shaped emanation, range of 60 feet, concentration up to a minute per level. So you can hold on to this for about 2 minutes. Let's see. Will saves negate. You detect the surface thoughts of intelligent creatures around you. The amount of information revealed depends on how long you study a particular area or target. First round, you detect the presence or absent thoughts from conscious creatures that have intelligence scores of at least 1. 2, detect the thoughts of thinking minds. 3 is you can start reading the surface thoughts in an area. So yeah. Yeah, let's kick off with this then, shall we? Excellent. So, how does this look? Then, right, so we've got you creeping up a corridor from a bathroom. You're creeping by the kids' room. You know that there's obviously noise coming from this kitchen at the far side. Maybe it does that thing where, like, as you hear like all the noises, it does that corridor stretch vertigo zoom thing down the corridor. As you're like, oh, and then
Shit.
what do we see you do then? Like, what does she do physically? Like, how do you activate your detect thoughts? Because this is a big thing for you, right? This is quite powerful.
Yeah. There's gonna be movement in the antenna area. Quite a lot.
Antennal
Of it just
joscillation, of
wiggling.
course.
Yep. I think she'd have to close her eyes to stop, like, kind of non-psychic stimuli coming in a way. So close eyes, like, focus quite a lot. So she would make a face trying to focus, like a, eyes closed. I think with all the other psychic stuff, she usually reaches out as well, physically with her hands.
Yeah, like almost as if that's almost like a way of guiding it in a way.
Yeah, so I think she would kind of try to, almost with her head, she'd face where she thinks this person is in that room and reach out a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, you got a fair idea of where it was, given that
Yeah.
you were in the room moments ago.
Yeah.
I say moments ago to you. Yeah, I think like you reach out and I don't want to say touch faith because it's the only thing going through my head right now. But you reach out and it does that thing where I think as you close your eyes, your antennae kind of like start to like almost vibrate a little. We kind of almost get the kind of slightly weird psychedelic colour effects for the audience at home, and we almost have like your hands reaching out, and then almost like the psychic energy kind of almost like coming off things like aroma type like visuals. We see this almost like psychic kind of essence, if you will, of the room, and obviously it's got that weird flickering of the horror movie-esque crackling, because you're getting weird vibes from this place of you're getting some kind of this is my place, but I'm also detecting that I'm not welcome in this place while being in this place welcome. And then you can feel someone in the kitchen, and this is a very vivid, not a oh do I belong here, but this is a there's someone there straight away. And the first kind of impression you get from the thought level is they know you're here.
Oh.
Like you have that impression of they're waiting on you coming in the kitchen. That's the first vibe. Do you stay?
Okay.
Do you concentrate longer? Or do you go in the kitchen?
I think she'd head to the kitchen.
Yeah, so just like drop the detect thoughts, head in.
Yeah, maybe like still hesitant.
Of course, yeah, like not just like oh do.
Yeah,
But yeah, like
but
almost
think
as
she-
if like, because that's quite obviously a bit unexpected, is the idea that this person would be like, I know you're there, I'm waiting. You know, that vibe of, you'd know that, not necessarily those words, but definitely that vibe
Yeah.
of, yep. With you. So you head
Yeah,
in to
so
the kitchen.
she-
Obviously,
yeah,
a
she'll
bit
head in.
cautiously, kind of pop your head around a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stand.
Still holding the mug.
Yeah, like holding the mug, kind of maybe gripping it with two hands, maybe as you peer around, in that kind of precious, protective-y type way. And then you see kind of leaning against the back wall, like remember where the kind of like the sink is in the kitchen, holding like a cup of what assumedly is tea or possibly hot chocolate or some kind of hot beverage of some kind, and just a mug with like a random like family photo printed on it. You know, you see Mr. Westland just slowly slipping tea, and then kind of like holds the mug up as if acknowledging you, and we'll take a break there. So yeah, we will return for part 2 unless some apocalyptic disaster happens. Stay tuned, everybody. Goodbye.
Here's hoping.
Bye.
Bye.